I told you, dude. I fucking told you. You robbed a bank? Where the fuck is McClay?
Action.
Awesome. This is the podcast. I'm your host, Keith Obit, joined with my best friend, Brian McClay. Sorry. If you enjoy the show, just hit the red subscribe button and leave a comment. Sorry. I don't know why I've never had to do this multiple takes, but I've just had to do this intro 3 times for some reason. I have the fucking giggles. Fuck it. Let's just go with it, dude.
What you got there? What goodies you got there?
I got 50 milligram brownie. Want one?
Nope.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Yeah.
That's why you got the giggles. What are you doing? You busting out 50 milligram brownies on me. You know what happened the last time I took fucking...
Well, that was like 150 though.
Okay. All right. Are these good?
Yeah, they're not bad, dude. It's we're not sponsored, by the way, but it's True Infusion, 100 milligram altogether in the package, but it's 250 milligrams.
Yeah.
But
it's weird how they have to do that now.
I think it's stupid. I think this is the best thing that I've ever done was eat edibles before bed.
Yeah, my mom does that.
Because I just sleep like a baby.
Yeah.
Usually I have to get up and I have to fucking piss 2 or 3 times because I feel like an old man now and shit. But I eat an edible, dude. I'm fucking out. It's awesome. I fucking spilled this shit all over the place. Anyway, before we start, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Kid Cones for coming over a week ago and dropping off not only all kinds of goodies, but like just a shit ton of these just empty cones. And why it was significant to me, which I also think it was significant to you because I saw your post, was he got me off of a very, very bad habit, which was I was not even joking, not even trying to sound cool, but smoking 10 to 12 blunts a day.
Yeah.
And he made, I don't even know I even thought of this, but he made a great point of just, it's the nicotine bringing you back. And he was right. And so... I felt like it was meant for him to come over to drop all these goodies off because I haven't fucking smoked blunts in over a week now, dude.
Same with me. I haven't had a blunt. I have none at the house. I'm getting used to smoking cones right now. It's a different way to smoke. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna load one up here in a second, but it's kind of a different way. You're basically just going back to smoking joints, paper, but paper burns differently.
Totally.
So
totally.
Yeah, and one thing I will say is, the raws, papers, especially the pre-made cones, they burn very evenly, they burn very well, but still, I have to admit, there's nothing better than the slow burn of a blunt. The nicotine part of it and the coughing and the lung part of it is terrible. So, but because of that, and because of Kid Cones, thank God. I think it was meant to be.
And I'm not going to lie, I've never been a joint guy.
Neither have I.
So the cones got me off the blunts for about a day or so, and I'm back to the bongs, motherfucker.
Are you back smoking bongs?
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. I've always been a bong guy. You know me. I can't wait actually to invest in just, a nice big fucking personal bong and just get back to that again.
Why would you want a big personal bong? I think a personal bong should always be that size right there.
This will get you some decent rips, but I like those just fucking... Dude, there's nothing better than just an overwhelming, huge bong rip where that's the only thing that like kind of even gets me high, I don't... when I go over... When I think about this when I go to LA and I stay at McKay's house, my buddy, I think he has a big, probably like, maybe a 1-footer, maybe a 2-footer, I don't even know. And fucking I would take rips from that dude and it's just like, you just sit back and you're like,
I hate the point, though.
I love it.
I hate the point when you're smoking big bong rips where you feel like you can't breathe, like after you take a hit. You know what I mean? And it takes a little while for...
I love that.
Oh.
I actually want to get a 6-footer again, dude. if I got one, would you light it over there for me? Like if I had it over here? Because I can't light it.
I know.
It's good as brownie, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, shout out to Kid Cones. Like I realized also the blunts were making you can't taste the weed. And I actually like went back and hit some roaches and stuff, you know, I was actually having withdrawals and shit, to be honest with you, like nicotine withdrawals legit. And I'd go back to it and I'm like, this is actually fucking gross. You know, like this is just a straight fucking hit of the, you know, I get to actually taste each strain now.
Yeah.
Before, you know, you just taste the
well,
fucking.
I've also heard from people, I think it might have been.
And he even said something like it's worse for you, you know?
It is, yeah. Well,
I can't believe I'm sorry. I just can't believe I fell into that habit.
It's because
of you.
Yeah,
you got me into it, dude. I'm calling you out right now, motherfucker.
What I've heard people say, if you like the taste of weed and you're smoking joints, a good thing to do is always take like a pre-hit, and then you get that like taste of like the non-burning, you know, material. And you get a real good taste of the terpenes and stuff in that, you know, cannabis. So I've heard people say that. But anyways,
you're talking about the very first hit of a joint?
No, like before you even light it, you just, you know, like that. As a matter of fact, I think I was watching. You ever watch the YouTube thing with that Swam? I think his name's like Swami something. He's like a big weed guy, but he looks like he's like a white guy from India. That's you know, like taking on the Indian culture, and he's like long beard. He wears
it's like a weed guru or what?
Yeah, weed guru. Yeah, they call him Swami, I think. Anyways, he's got these podcasts that I must have seen somewhere, and that's where I think I saw it, where he was like, yeah, if you take a pre-hit before you even light it, you get to taste those terpenes and stuff. And I was like, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So my weed habit has actually cut back by at least 2/3.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
Which is awesome. And I'm wondering why the last like year I'm so tired all the time. Because I'm smoking so much fucking cannabis for no reason. It's pointless too. Because it's not like it was getting me any higher or anything.
Yeah. It was.
Was it hard for you to stop
smoking blunts?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't for me either.
No. And
I mean, I had like minor, just like fuck.
Yeah.
I kind of like missed it, but
no,
I don't ever need to go back to that many a day.
You know, I was the guy that when I quit smoking cigarettes, it was easy for me.
Oh, I know. I was thinking about that actually.
So,
you smoked fucking cigarettes too, like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So for you to quit that easy, like, yeah, that was pretty impressive.
So like, you know, some people just can get away with not doing, you know, getting like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't think anybody's ever fucking done that with like opiates or something that causes real physical withdrawal. Well, you know, nicotine supposedly causes physical withdrawals, but I don't remember any. But different strokes for different folks.
I think
right?
Jordan had some pretty intense
withdrawals
for a day or two. Yeah,
like sleeping issues.
Just nauseousness and like severe headaches. She had like a headache for like a whole day or two. Just could not go out. And I go, that's because you're withdrawing from the nicotine. She's like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Because I was feeling that too, but I had saved like a bunch of roaches, and then I would just take kind of like a little hit here and there just to kind of wean off of it. I didn't go cold turkey like she did.
Yeah,
I should have, but I don't have that kind of willpower. Well,
I thought it was so funny how Cones is like, he's like, you guys keep saying the B word, man.
You know, it's funny, during the podcast, I didn't catch him say that. Like I missed it somehow.
I was laughing
but then, you know, I was editing it. I was dying.
Yeah.
I was dying.
Yeah, that was funny, man.
Yeah, so we were bringing a bunch of other things we weren't supposed to bring up.
Yeah.
Anyway, my first, we have a lot of crazy shit to talk about today. I think a lot of fucked up and wild shit has happened since we last met. My first topic of discussion, if you don't mind, is Tony Hinchcliffe.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what it was. I'm glad you brought that up. That's exactly what I wanted to talk about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, what I was saying, like, I really want to talk about
So before the show, I was like, do you have any topics you want to talk about? I don't want him to tell me, but I'm just, you know, So he's starting thinking about it, and he thought of one. He's like, I couldn't think of the other. He was on his phone forever, and Tony fucking Hinchcliffe, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, if you don't know who Tony Hinchcliffe is, he's a stand-up comedian. He's actually a roast comedian. He writes a lot of the jokes and roasts for the old Comedy Central roasts, but he also has what he says is the biggest live podcast in the world, which is Kill Tony. It's one of my favorite new podcasts. We've talked about it here on the show before. It's him and Red Band. They're up on stage. They have a live band with them, and they pull a bunch of names out of a hat. And it's just completely random, and it could be someone completely shitty, a complete noob, someone their very first time, or it could be a pro. But they go up and they do 60 seconds of stand-up comedy, and then afterwards they talk about their lives, and they kind of roast them and make fun of them in a sense. Or, you know, if they kill it, Red Band will offer them a show that week and shit. And a lot of fucking comedians have made their careers off this show.
Yep.
Anyway, I don't know if you could pull up the TMZ article about it.
There we go.
Tony Hinchcliffe, they pretty much tried to cancel him last week. And in my opinion, it backfired. And I'll tell you exactly why. He went from 180,000 Instagram followers to he has over 200,000 now. And his true fans don't give a fuck like me. But what happened was I think it was a fucking setup.
What do you mean? Like the opening guy set him up, or because the guy who was taking, here it is. I got it up there. The guy who was taking,
comedian Tony Hinchcliffe makes racist jokes about Asian MC. Okay, now I'm not agreeing really quick with Tony Hinchcliffe said. I guess you can't say the C word. I didn't really realize how offensive that word was. Did you?
There's so many words that.
When I'm not saying cunt.
Yeah, there's so many. Cunt. Yeah, there's so many words that are super offensive, but in the realm of comedy,
that's why we got to give the subtext of the whole story. Where this is a Chinese American comedian that Tony Hinchcliffe and Red Band actually brought on to shows before with him.
Well, Hinchcliffe actually asked for him to be his opener. And multiple times, not into this show, because this show was a secret show. So I
was actually wondering if it was from a Kill Tony, because they have Kill Tonys in the bank, and they had one last night, and me and Jordan watched it, wondering if. What can you say the comedian's name? Because I
Pang. It's hold on, let me go back to it. Damn TMZ, you're so quick to move. It is the guy's name, and I think it was in Austin, right? So let's see here. Why does it do that? Does it just show the it just shows.
Well, yeah, there should be an article. I have an article up here.
Comedian Tony Hinchcliffe
so
dropped by agents of
comedian Pang Dang. So he went up and did a set, and apparently his set was very I don't even know how to explain it.
Well, he went up, and the set that he did, he said that he talked about, like, part of the set was really like pro anti-Asian hate. I think when I saw him on TMZ, when he was talking about it, he was talking about how, part of my set was actually like anti-Asian hate. Like, you know,
he says he did a few jokes about stopping Asian hate, to which said the crowd responded positively. That's why Pang says he was utterly shocked to hear Tony's jokes, which is complete utter bullshit. Because what happened was they only released the clip of like the first 20 seconds, or maybe even a minute or so, a couple minutes of Tony's set, which he does say the C word, and he's doing a bunch of fucking. If you just see the clip, it's very fucking racist, right? I guess, right?
Yeah. So this is basically. Can I have your ashtray, bro? I apologize. I couldn't get my my ashtray thing open.
But what Tony was doing, and since he's a roast comic, what he's known for is because he was doing the anti-Asian shit, he went on to do the exact opposite, because that's what Tony does. The shock is like the shock shit.
Roast,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, was it good? Was it funny? Yeah, I thought it was fucking hilarious, actually.
People laughed in the audience. People laughed.
In Austin, in one of the most liberal cities in fucking Texas. They were laughing.
Not because they're not that because they're laughing at what he's saying. They're laughing that he comes out and says that. It's irony. It's shock humor.
He wasn't even making fun of the comic as he was making fun of the audience.
Yeah, he was saying he was calling
because the
white
audience
traitors.
was eating up his shit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so he was kind of like making fun of the audience more than so.
Well, he was making he came out, and the thing was Pang Dang was doing like this he made a couple comments about anti-Asian hate, and everybody was clapping, and Tony came out and the shock thing for him to say would be, I can't believe you white people out there that were clapping for that. You're clapping for a blah blah blah. He was like joking, like showing ignorance, like this is what a stupid racist would say, or a white person that's his thing. It's like shock. He isn't like that, obviously.
And the other thing was he wasn't scheduled to be there that night. He was actually like a surprise guest.
Secret guest, yes.
That wasn't even necessarily his crowd there, and they were still laughing. Like that was actually the other dude's crowd more so.
Did you see
but what I love is for the next, I don't love this part. The next 2 days they try canceling Tony on Twitter, everywhere you can think of, painting him as a racist. And Ari fucking goddamn Shaffir
That's what I'm bringing
is
up
the
right
fucking
now.
He's literally the Batman and the Joker we need at the same time right now.
Yes, he's
because
great.
he knows how it was. He was fucking they tried canceling his ass. He found the whole 20-minute plus set of both of their sets, and you could get the context of the whole comedic bit of everything, right?
Yep. So this is where did he put it? He may actually, here we go. So Ari put up this post. I found the unedited footage of that night with Tony Hinchcliffe. I put that other guy's full set and Tony's set so people can see how it looked in the moment. Without the edits, it really just looks like a normal pop in a set. To go watch, go to Ari's YouTube. But this is what really cool, what Ari says. He says, never ever post someone else's stand-up set before they're ready for it to be put out. It shows a complete disrespect for the art form and development process. If comics can't try new things, they'll never grow to their full potential. We need places to go where our only punishment for a failed attempt is the shitty feeling of having bombed. When there's a risk of material being shown to people who weren't even in the room, how can we feel safe enough to take chances necessary to develop? We have to have places where failure is an option. This shit is really bad for comedy.
That guy fucked up.
Yeah.
You know why?
He's going to be ostracized.
No one's going to want to work with him.
Yeah.
No one's going to want to fucking take him on tour. Why? Because he went to TMZ and fucking ratted out a comedian.
Yep.
That's like the biggest fucking no-no.
Yep.
A guy that fucking, and I love how all the comedians are standing up for him, not just Ari, like Luis Gomez, fucking
Andrew Schultz, Akash Singh, everybody.
David Lucas,
yes,
who is a black comedian who fucking came off the show, who got success off of Kill Tony. And I was watching podcasts with him, and he's like, if Tony Hinchcliffe is racist, we need more racists, because no one's helped me more in my life with my career. He like helped pay his rent, fucking gave him stage time, did this, did that. You know what I mean? He's like, what? He's like, he's not fucking racist, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he should be saying that C word. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
at this point, in my opinion,
I mean, I wouldn't, because I don't know. I don't think he should.
Yeah. If you're going to a comedy show and the comedian on stage is doing a comedy bit, you know it's a comedy bit. Now, don't get me wrong. There's differences. Like when Michael Richards was screaming at that dude, you can tell it wasn't a comedy bit. That was pure anger, right?
Very true.
So you know the difference. In the guise of when you walk into a comedy place, 99.99999% of stuff gets a pass because it's in the vein of comedy. We have to have humor. We have to have dark humor. I get it. Some people don't like dark humor, but a lot of people do, and it helps a ton, especially in some of the worst times. When some of my brother's humor, when he had cancer, was really dark. You know what I mean? And people that are going through hard times, they use really dark humor.
Dark humor is my favorite.
Yes. It's very cathartic and for some people. And I get it. It causes problems, but then don't go to a fucking comedy club.
Well, it's not even no go to a comic club. He's the fucking
Don't
comedian.
be a comedian. Yes,
What the
I agree.
fuck?
I agree 100%.
That's what just blows my mind.
But here's the thing, and not everybody's the same, I get it, but actions have consequences, and like you said,
he's fucked.
He's fucked. Because here's another bad thing.
Like I said, there's a bunch of people like us who like Kill Tony who don't know about the show, who are going to find out about the show now, and it just helped Tony Hinchcliffe more than ever. It does suck. I think we should address this. He did lose his fucking management. His management dropped him the next day. The club Antones that host Kill Tony dropped him. They can't do the show there anymore. That's fucking so stupid.
Yes.
This is before like Ari dropped the video and all this, like, you know, like the truth came out. Like I said,
did Joe drop him from the show too that he was gonna be on? Because I saw there was a
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, look at this, dude.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This
Maybe.
is crazy.
You mean like he was supposed to go on Rogan?
Yeah, Rogan.
Well, maybe he didn't want to go on.
Oh, Rogan drops Tony. So I don't know if it was a drop. It might not be, but Joe Rogan after Asian 8. So Joe Rogan had a show with him coming up, and the poster had Rogan and Hinchcliffe on it.
Oh, not a Joe Rogan Experience podcast, a stand-up show?
Yeah, a stand-up show. And I don't know.
That's not that big of a deal. He probably just...
Yeah, see, look.
You probably just need to let things cool off for a bit.
Did he just take him off the poster? I don't have a fucking problem with that. So... What the fuck? Go fuck yourself.
He usually doesn't. I notice when Rogan's friends go through this shit, he usually just doesn't even address it.
Yeah,
He
he's smart.
everything.
He's very smart. That's the best way to do it. Right? That's 100% the best way to do it. I bet you he'll have Tony on. I bet you Tony will be on his show soon.
If Tony wants to, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, so luckily Red Band had some Kill Tonys in a bank, so they played one last night with Tim Dillon.
I love Tim Dillon.
Yeah, and this was shot right before all this shit happened. You know what I mean? So,
well, I watched a little bit of Red Band. Red Band every once in a while, if I'm up late on, everything I watch is on YouTube, so I'll like check to see if there's anything live from who I subscribe to, and Red Band's live on that virtual Red Band.
Yeah.
So I went and watched the virtual Red Band last night, and he kind of said, we found a new place, or
they did.
I think he said they found a new place, or they're looking.
They
might have found
why they
one.
don't do that at Rogan's new spot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. So it's very interesting. I don't know, man. It's sad. I'll be honest.
It'd be different if it. I have to say this really quick. I called this shit.
Yeah.
I called this shit.
Yep.
Because this isn't the first time Kill Tony has done this shit on the show. If you watch the show and you pull any 20, 30-second minute clip out of it, you could paint him as a completely fucking racist dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's his humor. It's always been his humor. To kind of be like that elitist, That's always been his type of humor. And he's a roast comic.
Yeah, that's what he is. It's not even about race. It's more about roasting.
It's about roasting, yes.
I mean, some of the best roasts I've ever heard in my life are him and David Lucas going back and forth with one another. And sometimes it's racist a little bit, you know? And neither of them give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. Hopefully it makes it better for him. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, he probably doesn't have that show with Rogan because he lost his management. His management's the one that sets up all those shows and does all that shit. You know what I mean?
You would think that Rogan would have enough fucking...
So fuck Antones.
Yeah.
A. And B, hopefully he finds...
WME. Fucking WME.
Yeah. That's sad when like a story comes out that sponsors and management companies are that fast to make a decision, you know?
Dominoes. Yeah, they don't want to... No, everybody's afraid of getting canceled. It's fucking cancel culture. Look at Crowder. Look at like all this shit that's going on. They're fucking taking people down left and right, bro. And they're just doing it for fun at some point.
So what is Steven Crowder... I know he got banned from YouTube for 2 weeks, but I don't know exactly for what.
Let's look that shit up.
But from what I heard today, Steven Crowder is actually suing YouTube. Did you hear about that?
No, and
Should look that up, too.
here we go. YouTube has removed Steven Crowder from its partner program. That was in March, 6 days ago. Here we go. Steven, this is from Reddit. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see here. Well, what the fuck? Steven Crowder's YouTube channel has been temporarily suspended again.
Is that the article? Right
Where?
there, that link? The blue?
Right here?
Yeah.
There we go. I didn't even see it. Thank you, brother. Yeah, Media Matters. Steven Crowder's YouTube channel has been suspended again. On May 12th, Steven Crowder announced on Twitter that his YouTube channel has been temporarily suspended, noting that his site and the platform had barred his Steven Crowder channel from posting content for 2 weeks and his Crowder Bits channel from posting content for 1 week. This is the second time YouTube has suspended account in less than 2 months, so that's the second strike.
So you only get 3.
Yeah, and he's fucking kaput. YouTube put a strike on Crowder's April 21st episode in which he was discussing Columbus, Ohio police shooting of Micaiah Bryant. According to Crowder, YouTube said he violated the platform's policy on harassment, threats, and cyberbullying. During this episode, Crowder and his crew mocked Bryant for her weight, with Crowder emphasizing how much she weighed and co-host Dave Landau saying that her, quote, 5th DoorDash had just shown up, end quote. This episode has since been deleted from YouTube. Wow. Wow. I mean, if he said that about somebody who wasn't in the news like that, like,
well, they're obviously he's been targeted.
Yeah.
But since we started the podcast, and when we submit our videos, the ratings are getting kind of pretty crazy. Like they want you to submit your own rating first, and then then they try to match your rating what they think their rating is, and if it doesn't match up, then they're like, oh, the last 5, you better watch out. The last 5 videos, you haven't been submitting your ratings right. Like, so it'll be like, is it light profanity? Do you talk about drugs? Are you using drugs? Like, there's all these different categories for us, all these different things. You know what I mean? So it's hard to like rate your own shit, you know?
Yeah. Steven Crowder sues YouTube for silencing conservatives. Oh, wow. That sucks. You turn it into a fucking political thing. Yeah, that sucks, man. I did hear recently on a YouTube thing. You know how YouTube sometimes will put out little videos that says, this is what we're working on. And I think one of the things they are working on is to try and make it so you can talk about more adult things and cuss more and use language more and not get dinged on the partner program monetization.
Yeah, so when you submit your own shit rating, and you start clicking all these buttons, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're not, you can't have any ads right now.
Ads, yeah. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. It says Steven Crowder sues YouTube. Conservative commentator Steven Crowder is taking YouTube to court over its content practices and policies, which he said he used to silence conservative voices. Gay.
Well, what do you mean is gay about? What's gay about? Just because of the conservative shit?
Yeah, why say the conservative shit? Why not just go after freedom of, fair use, or talking about things like? Here's my point: if he had said that about anybody else, would he have gotten away with it? If he said that about somebody you've never heard of, would he have gotten away with it? And if that's the case, then it shouldn't matter who he says it about. You know what I mean? Just because everybody's got to feel bad for her or
who did
her
he
situation.
Say it about again?
Micaiah Bryant, yeah, that's, I don't know, man.
The thing is, he does talk about politics mostly, but he really is like him and his buddies. They're kind of like I don't want to say comedians, but they're like. They goof around, you know what I mean? Like, that's just what dudes do when they get together and they fucking...
Yes. Yes, that's his show. That's his shtick.
Yeah, he could say what the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
Dude, this is my point, and actually we should bring this up. Patreon plug.
Yeah, yeah.
This is why the importance of Patreon is because of the censorship of YouTube. is that you can't be yourself.
Yeah.
And you have to worry about what you say. So if you want the unfiltered version of anything, including us, like whether it's Crowder, I'm not a fan of Crowder enough to get his Patreon, but Schultz,
Yeah.
Andrew Schultz, all his best content is on Patreon. He has 21,000 Patrons right now, fucking making over $100,000 fucking dollars a month. And he knows that he's uncancelable on there. He could say whatever the fuck he wants. He could get away with whatever.
Not truly.
What?
There's Patreon has in the past, if I remember correctly.
I think, yeah, I thought they
tried to censor
Sam Harris.
Sam Harris, yeah. Yep. So Patreon can pull. That's the problem. It's a slippery.
This is where what's his name? Sorry, Anthony Cumia, is that his name?
Anthony Cumia.
Yeah, he actually does it the best. He was on Rogan recently, and he just does it all through his own website, all subscribers.
Yep.
Then there's no middleman.
I think that's what Crowder does too. Doesn't Crowder have his own website? I know Tim Pool started his own website. So, but the problem is YouTube is such a big platform, bro. It's so big. So many people are using YouTube. It's its own brand. You know what I mean? Like, when people talk about it's becoming like Kleenex, right? Certain people think like, oh, are you watching a video on YouTube? Are you watching YouTube?
That's why it's probably the smartest eventually. And like what a lot of these podcasters are doing is just putting the clips out and the smaller things on YouTube, which are a little bit more censored, and then just the unfiltered shit on Patreon, you know, because those are the true fans, you know?
Yeah. Yep. All right.
But yeah, if you want to find the last 15 minutes of every episode, we put them up on our Patreon. You go to patreon.com/the Bogcast. We have different tiers you can get. We have I think a $2 tier, a $5 tier, $10 tier. Each tier comes with different stuff you can get, and behind the scenes footage, all kinds of exclusive clips.
Dope.
I think our new weekly segment that we should talk about is up to date UFO news.
Yes. Craziness.
I never thought in my life that there would be a 60-minute special on UFOs.
Really?
Did you see that? That's crazy.
The thing that I don't like and that I can't stand is,
it's like more popular than ever right now, I feel like.
Yeah. The thing that I don't like and I can't stand is how we still get like the little green men bullshit and all that stuff, you know?
What do you mean?
Like,
did they say that?
Yeah, when the other pilot's like, you know, I think we're just getting to a point where, like, I don't want to say, and the other pilot goes, little green men? And she's like, yeah, you know? And I'm just like, fuck. Here's the crazy shit.
Why, because you don't think they're little green men?
Well, you know, whatever. I don't know. Fuck. Or like usually the other trope is you hear the X-Files theme song at least some point during something like that, like or something stupid.
Yeah, lately they use the music from Annihilation.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That music's actually really creepy. So what is the latest UFO news?
So 60 Minutes did a report on all the craziness that we've been talking about for quite a while now, right? I mean,
it's pretty much the same shit, right?
Yeah, it's the same shit. But the thing
is, I noticed that one dude that was on Rogan was on there.
Yeah, Elizondo. Oh yeah, and has Elizondo been on Rogan? Elizondo hasn't been on Rogan. Yeah, the pilot was the guy that said "little green men" when she's like, yeah. So. Did you realize that the other pilot was a chick? That was kind of crazy, huh? I never listen. I'm still. I don't think. I very rarely think of women flying planes, and
that's fucking not progressive at all, McClay.
It's not, but it's fucking truth, man. It's the truth. Flying jets. I rarely see that shit, man.
Wow.
All right. Let's see here. UFO and stimulus bill. So this is what everybody is going crazy about. and it's coming due, ladies and gentlemen.
So there's more videos coming out, right?
Yeah, there's more stuff coming out. So U.S. intelligence agencies have 180 days to share what they know about UFOs, right? So that was in January, and we're getting to that at the end of this month, right? So 60 Minutes did a little thing on it, where they interviewed the two pilots, Hector Elizondo, or is it Hector Elizondo?
This is where we have to get our facts straight, McClay.
Yeah, I know. Fucking shitty laptop.
That's why if you sign up for our Patreon,
yeah, 100,000 Patreon
laptop.
Yeah.
He has way too many dick pics.
So this is what really tripped me out is I saw this article from the Washington Post.
When was this?
I think I saw it yesterday or today. Was it this morning? Might have been this morning. For some Navy pilots, UFO sightings were an ordinary event, quote, every day for at least a couple years.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
And this, so it says when the Navy pilot first spotted the strange object hovering in restricted airspace off the Atlantic, motherfucker.
Is this sometimes you
fucking Washington Post.
Yeah,
so anyways, that was a crazy thing. But one of the craziest things that came out that we didn't get to talk about was the UFO video going into the ocean. Because if you remember correctly, what have we been talking a lot on this show about UFOs in the ocean?
You've been talking about that.
Yeah.
Not just on the show, but fucking for years.
For years, right? And check this shit out, bro. This video got leaked, and there's sound to it too, right? That's crazy. It says, "Oh, you motherfucker." Continue watching. There
you know Jamie, are you?
All right, here we go. Look at this.
Oh, I saw this one. Isn't this one they show in 60 Minutes?
Yeah. So this is so crazy, bro. Because you can hear them in the background saying, whoa, talking about it, send out the helicopter, and all of a sudden the thing goes into the fucking ocean. Launch Hilo ASAP. They're like, keep going, it's getting there. You can actually see the splash. This shit is fucking crazy, bro.
That's pretty wild.
That is wild, dude. So if we're going to get more stuff like that, the shit that we are going to get is going to be absolutely bonkers. But here's the thing. Here's what everybody's worried about, right? Everybody's worried about that we're just gonna get nothing. They're gonna figure out a way to, not say anything or, whatever. But I've heard more and more people getting into doing data, looking for the research and all this stuff on the internet now. Like people that are starting to talk about it more in the mainstream. I hear people talking about the partnership programs where we would do exchange programs with different fucking aliens, the different Apollo missions that were supposedly secret. Like if any of that shit is in there, I don't even know what to say, man. Like I never thought that we would get to this point where they're literally talking about aliens, man. Like,
yeah, because they never said that.
They never said it yet, but we're getting to that point where that's what they're hinting at. They have to be hinting at that, right?
I mean, I hope. I think that would be awesome. I would be stoked for that. I think that'd be amazing to see that in our lifetime.
Yeah.
But can I just throw another theory out there?
Yeah, this theory sucks. I think I know where you're going, right?
the government created UFOs to distract us from the technology that they actually have, or even maybe our, foreign counterparts or enemies.
So that one right there really sucks, and it doesn't suck because it's not. Because it can't be true. Because if it is true, then we're fucked. If our
we don't
enemies,
know what that is.
Yeah, if that's Russia,
oh fuck yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah,
that looked like from Flight of the Navigator.
That's exactly what it looked like, dude. Flight of the Navigator is one of the baddest
favorite
movies ever,
of all
dude.
time. Yeah.
Me and my
Pee Wee
brother-
Herman
yeah,
as the voice.
Yeah. So
yeah,
good.
that's one of my favorite movies. I kind of want to go watch it now.
Yeah, I probably will. Probably go find that on Netflix.
It was actually like scary too.
Yeah,
like a little kid. It was like
my brother.
I loved it, but it also like kind of scared me.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude. That was such a good
Shout
movie.
out to Flight of the Navigator.
Yeah. Did it use that technology of the morphing thing? I don't think it did.
Fucking Sarah Jessica Parker. That was my first crush when I was a kid.
She was so young in that.
I know. That was my first crush when I was like, because we were little kids, but I was like, I don't know. I thought she was like cute or something. I was like a little kid.
Yeah, that's funny, man. I'm gonna look that up real quick.
What was that fucking little kid's name?
I'm gonna look that up.
He never fucking became an actor after that, huh? He probably just got addicted to blow and died.
Flight of the Navigator.
We gotta get that guy on the podcast, dude.
Yeah, that would be dope.
But anyway, I could show that video up here, or can I not?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about it. Fair use.
So, I mean, I know it's not the greatest video, but from the grainy shit, I envision it looking like the spaceship from Flight of the Navigator.
Yeah, yeah. And like, remember how he sat in it and
Can you
stuff?
see the actor's name? Is it Joe? Go down a little bit.
Yeah, right here.
Joey Kramer.
Joey Kramer.
Huh.
Let's see what else he did.
Well, he's still acting.
Yeah, he is. I don't see anything.
Oh, damn. He didn't act since 1996. Then he started acting in 2021 again.
Yeah. Wow. Flight of the Navigator, 1986.
He is probably addicted to blow that whole time, I'm telling you. So why else?
You want to see what it looks like?
He probably looks like shit now. Google like his image.
Dude, look at this. There's a movie, Life After the Navigator.
After the Navigator has been pretty crazy. Randall had called me one day and said, "Did you hear?"
I told you, dude. I fucking told you. You robbed a bank?
What had happened, my heart broke. It's not just about
I knew it.
goes to jail. It's about what happened.
That's so crazy, bro.
I was hoping they would get a
Why would he have this on his profile?
They wanted somebody who kind of walked in the door.
This movie ruined his life.
Yeah.
We weren't in it for the money.
That's a sick
or anything
Expos hat.
except the
Yeah.
adventure.
When I tried to go back to school and be normal, I was anything but normal. I think Joey was on the verge of massive stardom, to be honest. Child actors always have problems. It's almost like being typecast.
That's crazy, bro. That's nuts.
Out of being a kid. And before I knew it, my childhood was
Why do you rob banks?
going on
For drugs.
Yeah.
So it's probably opiates, actually.
Yeah.
Favorite thing to do. Joey just called. Oh, hang on a sec. Dad, can I go to Norway? Wanted the spaceship to start out to have a certain configuration when it's.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
And we had 4 weeks. So we built those steps with steel.
Those are
rods
bad.
Yeah.
going away from the camera. You couldn't really do that with special effects. The pilot, wow, he was small. You couldn't understand him.
We just all had such a great time on the movie. It was terrific.
After I finished Navigator.
So we got to figure out where we can watch it.
I started smoking
Yeah.
dope. I started drinking a lot. Do us all a favor and kill yourself. Those choices seem so silly to anybody who's clean and has been all their life.
To him?
No.
That I let a lot of people down. I love you, Joe. I love you. And I spent some long nights down here. There were some pretty dark times, definitely. The more we say it, the better it feels. So every morning, I've got to go to the pharmacy for my methadone. I was here with guys who had been in and out of jail for most of their life.
Yeah, dude. Crazy, bro. That's nuts.
Fucking called it, bro.
Yeah. 100%.
Those child actors, man.
Yeah.
There's very few
With a great message about
child actors who turned out well. You know, one of the probably the most famous, best child actors who actually turned out well is Ron Howard.
Yeah. Yep.
You never. I mean, he probably does some crazy sick shit that we never heard of.
Yeah.
He just comes off all nice and goofy. Speaking of nice and goofy, Bill Gates.
Yes, I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say Ron Howard probably hung out with fucking what's his name, that Bill Gates shit. Remember, I don't know if we talked about this, but
Well, he had a creepy documentary on Netflix that just painted him as this, like, you know, God's gift to fucking Earth and shit. And
virus bullshit.
yeah, I think it was like to invent a toilet and all that. It was actually kind of cool, but
Yeah.
you know, the way they just paint him and all that cheesy shit, I just had this awkward feeling.
Was it that
about
India shit where they're like everybody shits on the streets and shit in India or something like that?
Well, no, they're trying to like
A
help
waterless
and solve
toilet?
that, but
Yeah,
like a waterless toilet.
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much, yeah. And then obviously his interest in the vaccine and
So I went down a crazy YouTube rabbit hole. So let's talk about what everybody are saying right now, right? They're saying that so him and his wife are getting a divorce. And
apparently she's got divorce lawyers right when she found out that he had ties to Epstein, which was over a year ago.
yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And then there was a report, I think yesterday, that he's been to Epstein's house multiple times.
yeah. Yeah. This shit's so crazy, dude.
Bill motherfucking Gates.
And do you think
and then the board even investigated him.
Yes.
I forgot what it was for.
Well, I also heard that the president of Microsoft, him and his wife is some big doctor. Him and his wife were involved in it too. So this might involve the president of Microsoft also. Like there are so many people that were in that crazy, super rich, super powerful crew that were doing some fucking insane shit because nobody has shot down the stuff that they talk about. You know what I mean? Like it's just hushed because it's so evil and so bad. And that Ghislaine Maxwell shit is dropping fucking knowledge into the FBI, CIA.
You think so?
Oh yeah, bro.
You know what's funny is this Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein shit. Alex Jones said this 10 years ago.
Yep.
So everything he's saying is like coming true.
I was just talking that about the other day with another person. I'm like, he had never heard of Bohemian Grove, and this dude's a fucking lawyer, like he's a really learned person. And I go, you never heard of Bohemian Grove? He goes, no. I go, dude, Alex Jones was like the real deal back when he first started.
Oh, yeah.
He was a real journalist, dude.
And of course, like they're gonna paint him to be like a wacky guy because they didn't want that shit out.
Yeah,
you know, so they're trying to cover that shit up.
Yep.
But he snuck into that shit.
Yeah, that was so funny, dude. Yeah. Oh boy, Brand. I don't know.
But yeah,
hold on. Let me throw this one in here. Are we getting the aliens and the UFO shit to hide some of this shit? Or is there people that are?
There's definitely. I mean, then there's all the Middle East crazy shit going on there. I mean, there's a lot of wild shit going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's distracting. What from what? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear about...
A lot of people do say the UFO shit is a distraction.
Or the other shit's a distraction, and that's what...
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's why they're releasing the UFO shit. Because they can, because we're distracted by...
This is an alternate timeline.
Like
weird.
Elon's... Dude, that fucking thing is creepy when Elon Musk on Rogan was thinking about it. He's like, so... we must be in
a simulation.
Yeah. He's like, so I was like, and the way he was like thinking about it as he was talking, I was like, holy shit.
He was like doing the math equation of the probabilities. And he's like, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Did you hear about him fucking with all the cryptocurrency shit?
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of cheesy.
I wish I knew more about that. To talk about it, but I mean, I know how his words have a big effect on the value of it and the dips and things like that. I just I wish I knew enough to know whether it's worth to invest my own money or not, and even how to do that.
The only one that
we need to get, If anyone is a cryptocurrency expert, we would love to talk to you on the Bogcast. So hit us up.
Yeah. Amen.
I mean, do you
Well-
own any Bitcoin?
Here's the thing. Here's the scary part. If Elon Musk is only fucking with the Dogecoin bullshit just to play with it and to fuck with people, but people are really putting their money into that and have lost money and can lose money and have made money, and like that shit's crazy. So with him being just on how he talks about it and what he says can make that thing move that much.
Literally his tweets.
Yeah. That shit's scary. That's kind of fucking weird. And I would seriously hope that he wouldn't fuck with that. Like at some point he would go, I can't.
You know what else is weird is, you know how China, I think they put a rover on Mars, right? Recently?
Yeah. Well, we did.
No, I think China did too, just recently. Anyway, so Elon sends, I'm guessing, more of like the elitists up to Mars to live there, right? To get them off Earth. But like, what if China starts doing the same shit? Is it going to be like, do they like make, they're going to have to like civil war? There's going to be like wars out there on Mars. You know what I mean? If you think about the future of Mars, actually, if they, it's not going to be all peaceful, I don't think.
Well, here's the other thing. Not too long ago, there were people who were high up in the military and stuff talking about the next war will be in space. Knocking out satellites out of space and knocking out defense satellites out of space and knocking.
Is that why we have Space Force?
Probably. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's the other crazy thing is that like to get really.
Oh, with the UFO shit?
Yeah, down the rabbit hole with the UFO shit is
maybe that's why they created that.
Yeah, like we already have a fucking Space Force and shit. We did do the swapping, and all that shit. Like that shit's crazy.
What do you mean?
Remember? Do you
mean
remember
the alien human swapping?
Yeah, the alien human swapping. Yeah, where they went and lived on the other fucking planet for 8 years, and a couple of them died. They came back, and when they came back, they started posting on forums and shit.
I'm still not gonna believe any of this shit until I see it with my own eyes. I still haven't seen anything, even these videos.
Yeah, that's the other.
Have you ever seen anything?
I told you the only thing that I've ever seen that I thought was crazy was when I was a kid and I was in the middle of that lake. It was me and my buddy Jared, and I remember we both saw something and it was red and it was moving really fast and it stopped. And when it stopped, it shot out 3 lights out of it. One that went this way, one that went this way, and one that went this way, and then took off. And those 3 lights just went like that until we couldn't see them anymore. And I remember that like super clear as day. Could it be wrong? Of course. That's the other crazy thing. Like, I think we talked about that on another show recently, like how firsthand testimony isn't reliable anymore. I was sitting at my house the other day with my family and my mom was like telling me how something happened, that when I was a teenager, and she was 100% positive. And me and my brother were like, no, it didn't happen that way.
That's why I don't believe any of the UFO reports.
Well, the UFO reports, the only crazy thing is the
not
abundance
not UFOs. Well, more so the abductions is what I meant.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I just don't understand why there's not more high quality videos of UFOs with everyone having a high quality camera in their hand.
Do you think that it's possible that they have technology? No, that they have technology that can stop fucking something like that.
But they couldn't stop the VHS cameras in the 80s? Like those shitty big ass ones?
Yeah, you're right. That's why this shit's so crazy, bro. 100%. That is why this shit's so crazy, because you ask yourself, like, there's no fucking way. Like, there's no way, right? It's fucking crazy, dude. If
I wanted to be like, what's that movie called?
Independence Day?
No.
Where they just show up over cities.
Jesus. Well, maybe that would unite the world, but no, like District 12?
Will Smith actually became a fighter pilot.
He is, yeah.
That's why
he probably could save us.
That's why
he probably is
training right now. Yeah, like they actually walk among us.
No, what's that guy's name? Neil Blomkamp or whatever.
Yeah.
District D12.
Yeah. No, District 9.
District 9. Sorry, I'm confusing that French
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
District 9. That movie's badass.
Yeah. Really badass.
They like incorporate, the aliens into like pretty much the slums and
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that shit was dope, dude.
let's see. My phone's trying to update, so I can't get to my list of subjects. Actually, that is all of them.
Yeah.
Have you heard the new J. Cole?
Yeah, I listened to it. It's okay. I just listened to the intro. I didn't hear he didn't put out a whole new album. He just put out one track, right?
No, whole new album.
The whole new album's
Yeah, I've been
out?
listening to it all day. Yeah.
Really? When
Yeah.
when did the album come out?
I think yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know. I listened to that one intro track that he put out like a couple days ago. Nice. I'll listen to it on the way home.
Yeah, it's already
Is it good?
yeah, it's pretty good.
I really like the documentary that he did. Did you see the documentary that he did on YouTube about, how he's making it and why he's doing what he's doing? And
Is 21 Savage in it?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's fucking great.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's really badass. Shows him like when he was fucking putting out that first album and he was in that
Yeah, in that one room,
yeah,
making
in
the
that
beats
house.
and shit.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, he just sits there all like this. And
Yeah.
fucking makes his beats and shit. And
Yeah, he does it all. He's fucking badass, man. Really badass.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to get into, or do you want to talk about the Patreon again, or Teespring?
Yeah, make sure you guys go check out Patreon if you guys want to support us. And that's probably where you're going to start finding a lot of our material coming here shortly. Do our best to put more stuff on there than we have on YouTube. That is the goal.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And if you want any stickers or anything, just email us. Like I said, make sure to hit the subscribe button. You can find more videos above McClay's head. There's also a bunch of links in the description. You can find the Teespring link, the Patreon link, all the audio links. The audio version is available everywhere, including Spotify, Apple Music, Google, fucking Amazon, anywhere you can find your fucking,
All your favorite podcatchers.
Yeah. So thank you again for joining us, and that is a wrap on the podcast.
Bang!